And then I came on in here and, I'm casual cute. I done got all these compliments on my coat and my hat and, and my heels, and this is comfortable cute for me, right? So if I speak on the outward truth, hi, my name is Jolie Rashawn. I'm a speaker. I'm a life coach. I travel. I'm an author, best-selling author. I got all of these different things, and that's the truth that you all know, right? So when I come to tell that truth, I'm real cute. I make sure I dress up. I make sure I have my heels on, and I make sure my outfit is the bomb. My designer, he makes sure I'm real cute. Don't go out the house looking any kind of way. Don't go in front of them folks and represent the wrong kind of way, right? Because that's what I want y'all to see about me, right? That's what I want everybody to know about Jolie. When she show up, she tell you how to get shit done. All of those great things, right? But the real truth, that's the truth y'all want to hear. That's the truth we need to tell people, right? So if I'm going to give y'all that truth, if I'm going to face the truth that have had me in tears for so long, if I have to face the truth that almost made me want to give up on life, if I have to face those truths, I can't do it in this hat, right?
Take it out.
So if I want to give y'all the truth of where my journey started and how I got to where I am, I can't do it in this fancy coat, right? And if I tell y'all about the journey I had to take to get here, I definitely didn't take this journey in these heels, right?
I know that's right.
Where the flip flop?
It comes.
Okay.
Oh no, baby, I'm a church girl. So I'm gonna get down and dirty because now I done had to walk already, on in this nice building and on this nice floor. But now I need to get into the trenches. So I can't wear no heels in the trenches. I can't be cute in the trenches. If I had some baby wipes, I'd wipe this makeup off. Because I can't be cute in there. When you go in the trenches, you sweating. When you go in the trenches, you disappointed a little bit because you're not understanding why you got to get down here and get dirty. Trust you me, these shirts are clean now, but guess what? By the time I get out the trenches, it ain't going to be clean no more. This shirt ain't going to be tucked in. I can't wear this coat in the trenches.
Right.
So let me give you my truth of where I started. So when I was a small girl, like my mom said, you don't tell what goes on in the house. We shared everything with my mom, and my mom was my hero. But my mom worked her butt off. I think at one point my mom had 3 jobs. So we saw my mom when she got up in the morning to go to one job. We walked to school. You better get your butt you better walk to school, get your butt home. My mama knew how long it took to get from the bus stop to the house, whether you ran or walked. I ain't always following rules. I had to run to grandma's house, and then I thought I had to run home, and she knew I was running because she could hear I couldn't breathe by the time I got there. But my mama knew this is what you need to do. This is what you had to do. You go by there. I'll let you know when to go. And when I was at grandma's house, I felt safe. But there was that one family member who took that from me. And I didn't tell mama because he made it seem like it was okay for what was happening. And like she said, I grew up not having any femininity. I remember at one point, a little girl, I had my jellyfish shoes and my little shorts and my little fat stomach hanging out, and I was playing in the mud in the front of my grandma's yard. And the next memory I have, I was in basketball shorts, no shoes, playing football in the road with a group of boys, and I was one of the homeboys. So what he did to me took away the girl side of me. Where is that little girl? She no longer exists. So now I don't want nobody to look at me. No, I'm not cute. I had long, beautiful hair. That was in a ponytail. My mom could curl my hair, and by the time she saw me again, that thing was in a ponytail in the back, and I knew it would make her mad. But ma'am, I don't want anything that resembles any type of girlishness. As far as I knew, molested was written across my forehead. So I figured everybody saw that. Everybody knew what had happened to me. So what did I do? For the ones that I hated, I wanted to become one. I didn't like girls. I just wanted to become a guy. I don't want you to like me. I really want to hurt y'all. So let me play football with y'all. let me do some damage to where y'all really won't know how I really feel about you. So growing up, I didn't really like boys at first, but then somebody started showing me a little attention. Daddy wasn't in the home. We talked about FDS syndrome. My dad wasn't in the home, but then when we did, my mom did make us go and hang out with my dad dropped us off at one girlfriend's house so he can go see the other girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we ain't like the one that he left us with. So still, we wailing another state with daddy, but we still not with daddy. So I'm still missing that bond, that love. So what happens? You doing something in the first whistle, hey little mama.
Yeah.
You know, you bashful because now it feels good somebody notices you.
Right.
Can get you to do anything. And then you hear I love you. Trigger. Hey, I remember last time I heard that word. Okay, I guess that means I'm supposed to give my goods up. Okay, feels like the same thing that happened before, so we must be going in a good direction, right? That person's still around, they still come around, so we still say hey, so it feels comfortable. I remember those feelings.
Right.
So then it became a cycle. I had my oldest son, and then I heard a different, hey, how you doing? You look real nice. I'm thinking, well, he go to church with me, so, you know, maybe this is different. God, maybe this is the one you send it. No, same cycle. Then I have my next son. Then I find somebody right out of high school. I'm thinking, okay, he's the best thing that could ever happen. And because he says, I know that child is not mine, but we can still work it out. God, this must be who you sent for me. He don't even care about my baggage that I'm bringing. He don't even care that I done did all of this stuff. But little did I know what came with that. What would start off as play fighting would end up with bruises and scratches, and you just thinking, oh, y'all just was playing and it got a little too serious. So then you start making excuses for it. You know, let me untuck my shirt because this ain't the type of message that you be all comfortable for. We gonna get a little deep in it. So now you thinking, well, he didn't mean it. We were just playing. It has got a little out of control. Until you go to church and people start looking at you funny. You're like, why they looking at us like that? Jesus, mind your business. And then you get home and you see bruises that you didn't see before you left.
Right.
You didn't notice that this side of your face swole because you're just thinking it's hot, you're sweating, you heard them throw something on so you can go to church and just make it seem like everything is normal. As your kids get older, the situations don't change, they just get worse. Here I am, I'm pregnant. Like that pregnant when you're real big and your ankle's swollen and your back hurting. If you breathe the wrong way, you're hurting. Your contractions coming early. Here I am, pregnant. But because you mad at me, you walk the way you need to go. So I'm walking hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm pregnant. I got a baby in the stroller. And all I'm doing is trying to get to my grandma's house. Imagine walking, pregnant, your baby in a stroller, and the ones that should be giving you a ride, riding by, blowing the horn, waving at you. But you still got to push. Okay, God, I got to get to one way. And it's nothing like being upset and then going somewhere.
Right.
You can walk from here to Egypt when you're mad. Me and my kids gonna get wherever we got to go. If it take me 3 days, I'm getting there. I don't need no cab. So I walked, and I didn't care. But one thing I did not do, I did not call my mama. Because I felt like I can take care of this situation. I can get out of this. I don't want to worry about mama. She waiting in another state. She don't need to. I got this. I'm not gonna tell her nothing. And I kind of felt like I already keeping the other stuff that happened from me, so I ain't gonna bombard her with this. Because if I tell her this, then I got to go back and tell her all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So this will blow over. This will blow over. Didn't blow over. It got worse. it got worse. And it got worse. To the point where I found myself in a home with a knife, ready to do whatever stroke came next. The police are at the door. So it's either me or him. And if I'm going, sucker, you going with me. Like if they shoot, I'm stabbing. We both going at the same time. What you want to do? And in that moment, I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Wow.
Are you going to do what the enemy wants you to do? Let's get real personal. Felicia, are you going to keep doing and going the same route that I'm trying to get you out of? Or are you going to walk away? And in that moment, I walked away. And I called my mom and I moved here and I was fine. And then this is how the enemy do. The enemy brings situations to make you feel bad. Maybe I should help. You know, maybe if I left him so he feels bad and I'm a bad person. So then you open that door back up again. Situation is the same.
Yeah.
The location is just different.
Right. That part.
It don't matter if my mom here. I'm not staying with my mom, but the same cycle happened. I love you. It's not going to happen again. And then you get mad, and it happens again. But it got to a point where the children that I'm raising, if you don't have enough respect to not show them this, what am I teaching them? What am I showing them?
Right.
So my son can think, okay, well, it's all right to jack her up a little bit. She'll like it. My mama take it all the time. You know, he slap her around. She's still there, so I can do that. Or is it my girls that say, well, if he don't do this, then he don't love me? Because my daddy say he love her, but he's still doing these things. So I guess that's okay. No. It's time to walk away. What are we teaching? I had to swallow my own pride and ask my mama, can I come live with her? That feels like the biggest failure, especially when you leave. Like, I'm gone. I ain't coming back for it. I'm just showing mom I got this.
Yeah, right.
No, I ain't have nothing. I ain't have a wing or a prayer.
Right.
So I had to call my mama and go back home. Still, I'm broken. I'm lost. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know my mom had plenty of nights where she had to pray for me. Because I would leave on Friday night, go all out times of the night, come back home Saturday, put the kids to bed, go out Saturday night, come home wee hours of the night. It was a cycle from Friday to Sunday. Because now I'm trying to find myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm the oddest person in the club because I know I'm not supposed to be there. And you know you're not. When people say, girl, you know you're not supposed to be here. What you doing here? Girl, stop. I'm just chilling. No, you're not supposed to be there. This is not your scene. So if the ladies can see that, don't you think the predators see it too? You don't think nobody just sitting there watching you?
Oh, yeah.
So it took me seeing someone who I knew. I prayed to God, Lord, I hope that man did not get killed. But I knew what I saw in front of my eyes. I knew what was about to happen. And that scared me enough to turn my behind right back around and go back to my mom's house. Cycle still didn't stop there. I've been homeless with my kids. It is nothing like not being able to really do for your children the way you want to, the way your heart desires. Especially when you see the other people around you that you feel like caused it. They live in lavish. But you on the bus. You staying from church to church. Whatever church got a bed and a cot. But then they have to tell you, baby, when you go to sleep, keep your kids and your belongings real close because we can't help what happens once you go to sleep. Okay, good night. Good night.
That's right. That's right.
Who eyes are closing? So I'm watching over my kids every night, praying, God, something has to give. Something has to give.
Yeah.
Something has to give. I didn't call my mama when this was happening. I was too embarrassed. It's funny how God will allow you to go through things because He's trying to break you out of certain situations. Baby, let me tell you something. That thing gonna scare me one too many times. We're not gonna use that tomorrow, okay? When you have too much pride, He will try you with different things to get you to break it. But we don't want to swallow that. You know what? I sit out here in the rain. Listen, I've been a prideful little girl all my life. All my life I have. I have been prideful, and it didn't matter if somebody made me mad. My great aunt used to make me mad. I mean, she would be like, I knew she was going to do something. She would say, get in the car and say good morning. Because you told me to, I'm not.
Right.
Well, get out and walk to school. Elementary school. And I would get out the car and I would walk to school. And my sister would be pleading. But I was already prideful because I'm already hurt. I'm already damaged. Nobody knows. I'm just assuming everybody should know. I know these people see this on my forehead, so why y'all don't see this on my forehead? So here I am, older, going through all of these things. Pride is still there. I won't ask them, God, send the help. God, send the help, please. Can you get me out of this? Lean. Hey, baby, how you doing? Hey, Mom, doing good. How you doing? Lies. You just told me to send the help. And I sent it, and what did you do with it? I opened the door for you. He sends a ram in the bush. What we do? We close the bush back up because we don't like that ram that he sent. Lord, can you send me a different type of ram? I don't like that one. That one didn't work out. I didn't want you to pick that one. I don't like that one. Send me something else. Send me something more pleasing.
Yeah.
But when you really understand what it is that God called you to do,
Come on.
when you really understand your purpose, and I'm like Sonny, for a long time I was like, God, why would you have me go through all of this? Why would you take that from me? When people tell you, oh, I remember her from their past, baby, they probably not lying about me. And I am not ashamed of it. My track record with men was through the roof. And I didn't care. Because I was a scorned woman that was, what they say, with a vengeance. I had a plot and a plan. And trust me, even though they weren't the ones that did it, I was going to make every man that came across my path feel what I went through. So if I had an empty hole, I'm going to treat you just like you got an empty hole. And the lashback and the feedback that I got from people, you were just a horrible person. Oh my God, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I've been called worse. My husband called me worse things than that. Yeah. Call you later when I want something else. Click or slam the door. Like I was out of control. A whirlwind. But that's all I knew.
Yeah.
It's like people could tell this is all I have to say to her, and I'll get what I want. But that's what I attracted. That's all I knew. I like the thuggish look. I like the cute guys. And okay, tall, handsome. We got muscles, girl. That's all they had for itself. That was it. No substance, no nothing. But we thought that's who God was sending.
Yeah. That's it.
Everything look good, ain't good. So it took me 2 marriages. I'm on number 3. He ain't going nowhere. That's it.
That's him.
Ain't nobody gonna find that body. When they say to death do us part, it is death do us part. I'm looking for a house with a basement right now. So he is not going nowhere. That was in the marriage agreement. I had the judge write that in. You put at the bottom, cannot leave, locked in basement, etc., etc. Yes, sign that. So we not leaving.